that the fucking dating pool is ass. I'm not even necessarily trying to date anyone.
I just got stood up for the first time.
Men do not view relationships with women as a romantic thing. And this is a perfect comment that reiterates my point.
I feel really bad for the people who are dating in 2026.
Here's a rant onto why these men are trifling.
I'm 30 years old and I couldn't be more uninterested in marriage and dating.
Dating in 2026 wasn't supposed to look like this. Women were told they had more options, more power, more control than ever before. So why does it suddenly feel like the entire market went silent and nobody's showing up?
Dating in 2026 is tough. It's not easy out there for men and for women. So these are some of the reasons I think dating is so hard at the moment. The first problem with dating currently is the dating apps. You have access to so many people. The initial stages of actually going on a date, you'd think it would be easy, but it's like if you say one wrong thing or if you don't respond within a certain time frame which suits the person, just will stop replying and then you go on to the next person. Also, if you do start seeing someone, I think it's really common now for people to just keep, like if they're dating someone, or just to keep swiping, and because they want to know what the next best option is, it just puts limits to what something can progress to because you're just always looking for the next best thing. My second issue with dating at the moment is it's like these kind of rules around you shouldn't message first or you should wait this long to reply. Sometimes you think, if I'm my authentic self, am I just going to scare them away? Like, I see so much on social media around how a girl should act in a relationship, how a guy should act, and you kind of think, oh my god, like, do I have to play these games as well to be successful in dating? My next thing, people like to say a lot, which they actually don't mean. This saying, action speaks louder than words, like that is so true. And I've definitely started to learn that this is true in the dating world. I've noticed, especially with the situations I've had, people will say so much lovely stuff that they want to do X, Y, Z, and then you get excited. You're like, oh my god, like this could be going somewhere. And then they mean it in the moment, but really they don't actually want anything serious. Once you realise that actions mean more than words, it's kind of quite easy to take a step back and leave the situation.
For years, the narrative was simple. Men are everywhere, replaceable, and competing for attention. But now that attention has dropped, the silence feels louder than all the noise ever did. Turns out, abundance only works if supply stays consistent.
I'm really trying not to crash out right now, but I'm actually really pissed. Matched with this guy on Hinge. He's really chatty, funny, playful, asked for my number. We were gonna go out tomorrow night, right? Text me, hey, here's my Instagram, creep if you want to. So I look him up on Instagram, it's private, so I click follow. Go back to Hinge, unmatched me. I was like, oh, that's weird. Like maybe because he already has my number. And then I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go see if he like accepted my follow request. Blocked on Instagram. So how is that supposed to make me feel? Like, I know I probably shouldn't be like looking into it. Like maybe he's just not interested. But I'm like, did he look at my Instagram and think I was ugly? Like, I am really having a hard time with dating, and I don't know how to like make that not about me, because that really hurt my feelings. Like, what? I just don't understand these freaking men. I am so over this. Like, I don't want to be doing this. And I know this is how you find people, but like, at what cost?
And right now, a lot of men just aren't participating. Not loudly, not dramatically, they've just stepped back. No more constant chasing, no more proving, no more trying to stand out in a system that feels stacked.
What's it like dating in 2026?
It's trash. Everybody thinks they have options. If you're a pretty girl, most of the guys in your DMs, they just want to crack.
And also, everybody lies. Nobody's actually like transparent enough. People go on dates every other day with other people.
How long have you two been together?
We're not dating.
Never.
This is my roommate.
What's it like actually having a man as a roommate?
It's horrible and it's weird. I don't recommend it, by the way.
I don't recommend it either.
Yeah, it's actually really weird.
What don't you like about it?
It's just uncomfortable sometimes.
Especially if they like to be in your business.
Yeah.
So how would you feel if he was bringing other women over?
It just makes me uncomfortable.
But then why even room with a man?
For a job opportunity.
How do you feel having a woman as a roommate?
Doesn't bother me. She ain't got no friends, but it is what it is.
Under the right circumstance, would you let him hit?
Absolutely not. I'm super religious, so sex is literally the problem of this generation.
So you're a virgin?
No.
So when did you discover God in your life?
This past 2 years?
And you've been abstinent for the last 2 years?
No.
Are you abstinent now?
Yes.
What made you decide to take that step in life?
Because I want it better for myself. The life that I want is not accessible if I continue being the old person that I was. Old patterns, you know?
The confusion comes from expectations not matching reality. Women were prepared to filter options, not face a shortage of effort. When the dynamic flips, it doesn't feel empowering, it feels frustrating.
I feel like if you're dating someone, like the past shouldn't matter.
So let me ask you a question, just a quick question. If a man has a history of domestic violence, does his past matter?
Yeah.
Okay then, is there anything else you wanted to add to that?
But I'm saying, like, I wouldn't go digging into his, like, ex-relationships.
If you were told by a friend of yours that a man you were dating had a history of domestic violence, you wouldn't go digging, really?
I actually got told a lot about my current boyfriend. Like, people came up to me and were telling me things about him when we went out. And from seeing his character, like, I knew that that was just bullshit.
Okay, you didn't go poking around, though?
I didn't need to, because I didn't care about what was happening previously.
What if you were told that he had a history of kid diddling? Would you go poking around then, since you have a daughter at home?
I use my discernment on. That's why he's the person that ever met my daughter.
Do you think that they're just going to announce themselves and all their creepy vibes are just going to come out at once? Okay, well, let me just ask this very simply then. Would you allow somebody who had ever diddled a kid around your daughter?
Obviously not.
Well, then I guess their history matters, doesn't it?
Men, on the other hand, didn't disappear, they redirected. Energy went into money, fitness, hobbies, and peace. And once that lifestyle stabilizes, jumping back into chaos doesn't feel very appealing.
I've only been single for 3 months, and one thing I've noticed that a lot of people was also talking about when I was in a relationship that I would just see online is that the fucking dating pool is ass. I'm not even necessarily trying to date anyone. I have noticed is y'all are all controlling, unhealed as fuck. Nobody's actually trying to work on themselves. So when you're out here talking to someone, if you don't text them back in 2 seconds, they're trauma dumping on you and they're ready to cuss you out and cut you off and whatnot. And I just don't have time for that. I don't even understand how you guys are able to do it. I don't know how the fuck y'all get out of a relationship and instantly monkey branch onto the next person and trauma dump on them and take all the baggage that you had from your last relationship into your new one. No one is taking time to actually become a better man or woman. Y'all just out here trying to fuck and create new trauma bonds with new people instead of working on yourself and realizing, hey, oh, I did this wrong in my last relationship. Maybe I should fix this. Or maybe if I fix this, I can get the person who really love me back. Y'all are weird.
What used to be competition has turned into indifference. Men aren't trying to outdo each other anymore, they're opting out entirely. And you can't win a game when the other players leave the field.
Men do not view relationships with women as a romantic thing. And this is a perfect comment that reiterates my point. This person is saying that in the beginning, when they started dating their boyfriend, he was very romantic and like planned dates and bought flowers and did all these things. And like over the 2 years that they were together, eventually he stopped initiating anything at all, didn't give a shit, didn't try, didn't actually value the intimacy of the relationship, the actual intimacy, and all he would initiate was the sex. At the end of the day, men do not view and approach romantic relationships the same way that women do. Men view relationships with women as transactional. They have made relationships with women transactional. If men did genuinely date for love and romantic connection, which they don't, they date for convenience and who they can manipulate the easiest and who is just there at the moment, taxi cab theory. If they really did date for romance like women do, we wouldn't be having these conversations of, women wanting the man to pay for the date. We provide all of the emotional intimacy and the emotional labor. We are the ones that have to carry a fucking child for 9 months. We're the ones that always do the emotional and physical labor. Of course we want at least some fucking compensation in return. And it doesn't have to be transactional. If you guys actually genuinely put effort and love and attention into your relationships with your partners, it wouldn't have to be as transactional as women want it to be now, because we're waking up to the fact that what can you genuinely offer me other than your money? Because you're not with me other than the fact that I'm like a sex doll to you.
Now the question isn't who's the best option. It's where are the options? Because when effort drops across the board, even average engagement starts to look rare.
Why is it so hard dating in 2026? Somebody answer that for me. Quickly. So, hey besties, let's talk about why is it hard dating in 2026. Now, I'm going to speak specifically for Gen Z. I can't speak for no other generation. But for Gen Z, I personally feel like it's a accountability thing on both ends, and I'm going to tell you why. But I do think it's mostly the men's fault. Don't hate me. But you do have your guys who only come to a girl because they want to have sex. They only stringing her along or being with her because they don't want to see nobody else with her. Or they want to do everything under the sun that's a relationship thing, but don't want the commitment or the responsibility. And I mean, it could be vice versa. But most females I know, we don't do casual. We know what we want, and we want to be in a relationship. We want to be in love. Like, we don't do casual. I will also say, you dudes, y'all prefer the girl who shake her butt for social media, who don't have no ambition, not chasing no dreams or goals or any of that, versus the girl on this side who's working, taking care of herself, chasing her dreams, and has ambition and dedicating herself to something to better herself. Y'all don't like the good girl. And I don't know why. And I was just asking somebody, like, I work 2 jobs. I got my own car. I'm in school. I'm doing something with my life. But why is it that the good girl never wins? Why? But on the other hand, y'all go to the girl with no self-respect, and y'all treat her so right. And then when she do you wrong, you go back to the good girl and you try to take that behavior or that hurt out on her for the bad decision that you made. But I feel like it also can go hand in hand with females taking out their hurt and anger on a good dude. Because I will say, it's coming up on a year since I've been out of my relationship. And sometimes I do still get iffy about it. And I'm like in therapy and stuff to like resolve my emotions or whatever and my anger from that. But I found myself taking it out on a dude who did not deserve it. A dude who was taking me out, paying for stuff and all of that. And I took out my anger on him. And I don't even know why. Like, I couldn't tell you. Like, I don't even know why. But it's like, he didn't deserve that. And I think a lot of us need to stop trying to jump from, and this is what my counselor told me. A lot of us need to stop jumping from person to person, trying to get a distraction, and take a step back to heal and unpack the necessary baggage we need to, instead of going to hurt somebody else who don't deserve it. And while I do think it's mostly the dude's fault, I know I can take accountability for the person that I hurt. Or, you know, like all of us need, because I'm sure all of us have treated somebody some way that we're not proud of. And we should all take accountability. Or we should all just, I don't really know. I don't have the answer all the way. But like, I just want to know, what do y'all think makes dating hard? Because for me, that's what I think it is. And that's why I'm taking a step back. Because I don't want nobody around me. Leave me alone. Like, for real. Okay, bye.
A lot of women are realizing that attention wasn't guaranteed, it was conditional. And once those conditions changed, the consistency disappeared with it.
I'm gonna have to put you down there, okay? I just got stood up for the first time. And that's never happened to me before. Okay, so let me tell you guys everything. I've been talking to this guy for about a week. A little bit, like a week and a half. And I really liked him. We had good conversation. We would be on the phone for like over 3 hours one time. And we had planned a date for today. And like everything was going well. Like last night I texted him like, hey, are we still on for tomorrow? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh well, let me know the details. And he never responded back. He never responded back to me asking what the details were. And then today I'm like, that was really rude for you to pretend you like me and then literally just to ghost me. Like he literally said to me like 2 days ago, like, I don't want to hurt you. And I'm so like traumatized by that phrase, like, oh, I don't want to hurt you, I'm not gonna hurt you, because I've heard multiple guys say that phrase to me, and what do they end up doing? They end up hurting you. So these men, I just don't know what's wrong with this generation of men. This is such a pattern I've experienced. Like, these guys don't know how to freaking act right. They're imposters, impersonators, pretending to be perceived as a good guy. They're putting on this facade, but these guys are not good guys. And I was talking to my mom about this, and she's like, I think it's just your generation. Like, I don't know what's wrong with this generation, Gen Z, but it's really, really rough out here, you guys, dating in 2026. Like, my heart, like, I know, like, Ariel shouldn't care too much. I've only known him for like a week and a half, but like, I'm like such an emotional, sensitive person, and I thought we had a connection. So like, I feel like let down and disappointed. My heart like does kind of hurt right now. But that's my Saturday night. Hopefully you guys have a better Saturday night than me. Okay, bye.
Meanwhile, labeling men as intimidated or lazy doesn't solve anything. If anything, it pushes them further away. People don't move closer to criticism, they distance themselves from it.
Okay, me before a date. Let's see if this man gives me more fear or hope about men in general. Let's see. So it's actually the next day, and if I had recorded right after the date, definitely would have been like, oh, I'm so excited for the next one. That did change later last night, so I'm back on the I hate men train. All aboard. dude, yeah.
I feel really bad for the people who are dating in 2026 because the options out there for men, specifically for like women who are looking for men, it's really bad. It's really bad options out there because it's like you can get like the really hot guy, but chances are he's probably a fucking sociopath. But then you kind of like, oh, okay, like I'll go with the super nice guy, like the safe guy. And then he ends up being like a mama's boy and doesn't want to work or provide or like do anything. And like, whatever, that could be a whole different conversation. But like, it's really bad. It's really bad out here.
I'm 30 years old and I couldn't be more uninterested in marriage and dating. I've done so much on my own that
And the hardest part? The men who remain aren't always the ones being looked for. The ones who stepped back were often the consistent, long-term types who simply got tired.
Guys, here's a rant onto why these men are trifling. Okay, first of all, they fucking do this, and this is such a pattern I've seen. I'm 22 years old. I've been dating, since I was 18. A pattern I've seen with fucking guys is they like get high off of the chase. Like, they will be so obsessed with you, and then like after you finally reciprocate the obsession back, then they're cool off of you. Then they start taking longer to respond. Now they're acting more like dry. I'm like, bro, you were literally obsessed with me first, but now that I started to reciprocate it back, now you're like falling off. Like, that pisses me off. Like, these men are trifling.
So now, dating feels harder not because standards are high, but because participation is low. The entire environment changed, but the expectations didn't adjust with it.
Okay, something that I do not understand about modern dating in 2026 is we have to go through these phases before we get into a relationship. And so, okay, mind you, I come from like early 2000s. So back in my day, we didn't have cell phones. We did not have social media. We didn't have dating apps. So we basically, like, if we saw somebody, we liked them, we were like, hey, let's see if this works out. We're boyfriend and girlfriend. We'll go from there, And if it didn't work out, it don't. On to the next, right? But in today's day, we have this culture where we have to talk first and then we date. And then during the dating period, you're allowed to go date other people. Fair enough, right? However, this is the problem I have because I am unable to do that. If I find somebody that I like and I'm going out on consistent dates with them, you ain't gonna see me out here dating other people at the same time because I can't separate my emotions between more than one person at a time. If I really like you, I'm gonna respect you enough to just focus on you and the connection that we're building. Okay. And then once you find somebody you like and y'all agree y'all are gonna delete the apps and y'all agree that, you know, you're just gonna see each other, then you go into this phase called dating exclusively, and you're not seeing other people. So in my mind, I kind of feel like, all right, that means you're boyfriend and girlfriend, right? I mean, basically that's what it is. Like, why would you date somebody exclusively and not claim them as your person? So I don't know. I don't get it. Somebody please help me out with this because it makes no freaking sense in my brain on how this works. But, and another thing too, I feel like I'm almost 40, I'm almost 40. So I kind of feel like if you're dating somebody exclusively, why do you need to have a boyfriend-girlfriend talk? Because it's like, we're almost 40. If I'm seeing you all the time and I'm with you all the time, like, I don't know. It kind of, I mean, what is the point of having a boyfriend-girlfriend talk? You just kind of flow into that. But that's how I think, and I don't know, that's not how other people think, and that's obviously not how the culture thinks because, mind you, I am back from early 2000s, so me trying to date in this era of dating has just been chaotic and confusing as hell. So anyways, please, if anybody understands this and can like answer my questions and make me understand, I would greatly appreciate it.
At the end of the day, this isn't about men vanishing, it's about men choosing where to invest. And right now, a lot of them have decided that modern dating just isn't worth the cost.
Men stopped playing by the rules, and now everyone's freaking out. Let's break down why silence has become the loudest move.